Keeping you safe from severe weather is the most important thing we do.
It's why we created First Warn 5.
The best way to spot extreme weather.
Keeping you safe from severe weather is the most important thing we do.
It's why we created First Warn 5.
The best way to spot extreme weather.
Days before it threatens Kansas City.
Hours before it impacts our roads.
Anytime on any screen. Before it hits your neighborhood.
When we issue a First Warn 5 weather day, we put you first.
With a team of experts to look out for you.
First Warn 5 means when we know, you'll know.
Giving you more time to prepare.
This is why we first warn. Only on KCTV 5.
Hi there. I think we're on Facebook Live. I hope.
How's everyone doing?
Hopefully everyone is getting adjusted to this new initiative that we're starting here at KCTV 5 News that we are super excited about, and it's called First Warn 5 Weather here at KCTV 5. So
yes.
It's the brand new thing. We just started here. It's Tuesday, September 5th, and just as we get started for this new initiative, of course, we're also going to talk a little bit about today being also a first warn for the chance for some storms out there. Not chance, there are some storms. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But let's kind of dive in here really quickly and explain the difference, because there will be two things that you see on our 7-day forecast and also throughout our forecasts and throughout the day. You'll see that logo right there saying first warn, and then the secondary one saying first warn weather day. So there's two completely different things. The first warn, Warren, will you do the honors of explaining what that is for our viewers here tonight?
Absolutely. So we're going to have two different levels, as Alena just mentioned. The first one, first warn, is more so just a heads up, and it's an initial heads up for any early warning or any change in our weather pattern. So we're talking things like inconvenient weather. We could have snow flurries or snow showers on your morning commute. We could have heavy rainfall as you're heading home from school, bus stop forecast. We could have really just anything impactful. Temperatures, a huge swing from the 80s to the 60s, a potent cold front, things like that. Again, this is just an initial heads up for maybe some nuisance weather that we're seeing out ahead. And again, this really is all about transparency. This is why we have started this initiative. Not that we weren't being transparent with you before, but this is just a really elevated look and an elevated approach as to how we're going to handle and structure our weathercast here moving forward. So from the first warn then gets into our more elevated category, and Alena's going to explain what that is.
Yeah, exactly. And just as Warren mentioned, this is just enhancing our storytelling here, and it will hopefully be much more convenient to understand that, when we talk about first warn, we're letting you know ahead of time when those changes happen before any severe thunderstorm warnings get issued, severe thunderstorm watches, things like that. So for our first warn weather day, that's when we're going to be experiencing or expecting life-threatening or dangerous weather. That could be strong to severe thunderstorms, mainly scattered or widespread. Tornado threat possible, of course, maybe even multiple tornadoes, a severe weather outbreak, if you will. That's when we would have a first warn weather day. Blizzard warnings in effect, or perhaps the potential of a blizzard incoming in our viewing area. That's where we would give you that first warn weather day, and then freezing rain and ice that could be impactful or dangerous on your commute throughout any part of the day, along with maybe even some high wind. Again, as you see those examples, basically a first warn weather day is the more severe threat to our area, whether it be for winter weather, summer, springtime weather, and things like that. So that's why we have two different categories here, and we want to be able to kind of explain those and break them up for you to easily understand when we issue those days or when we issue that first warn, and not to get confused because sometimes, we're trying to make the message a lot more clear for those, especially during that 7-day forecast. When you're looking ahead to day 5, day 6, or even just the weekend ahead, we can give you that extra warning, that extra advance notice of any impactful weather.
Yeah, and so also, the biggest thing here is we want to drive home that this is not to alarm, this is not to be hype, this is not to be dramatic, but this is, again, going back to the transparency thing. We just want to make sure that when we see something in the forecast ahead that could bring impacts to you, we're going to let you know. And of course, we know here in the Midwest that things are changing constantly, and we have new model run updates that could give us a whole different picture, and we want to let you know as that happens. So there could be days that we issue a first warn weather day, and as we get closer to the event, we just might see it fizzle out, and we can remove that. Again, transparency really is the big key here with all of this. So we have an example of that actually going on this evening, so convenient for that first day of the launch here. We have some thunderstorms that have bubbled up. Those of you to the southeast of Kansas City likely experiencing some sort of thunderstorm activity. And if you're not experiencing that thunderstorm activity, you're probably seeing some nice cumulonimbus clouds off to the east-southeast. So what we have going on is a cold front starting to come through, and it popped up a couple of thunderstorms in a little small cluster, and now they're expanding more into a line here. Let's take a little bit of a closer look. We do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. This one, the first one is for Warrensburg and really the heart of Johnson County, and then the other one is to the south a little bit, and we're talking more southern Johnson County on the Missouri side, and then also far northern Henry County as well. So these are going to stay in effect until 7:15 and 7:30 respectively. Look at all this lightning. I mean, frequent lightning, heavy rain. They're moving to the east about 20 miles per hour. And also, we're worried about potential for some gusty winds, and we've already seen reports of quarter-size hail with these. So this is a great example. We had a first warn out there for this evening, watching the potential for some thunderstorms, but not worried about a huge severe weather outbreak. We're not worried about tornadoes, things like that. So that was why we didn't elevate it to that higher category. So we'll get the gist of it, obviously, as we do more of these, and y'all continue to watch our forecasts. But this one specifically has the cold front coming through. They're sparking out ahead of that cold front, and it's going to do exactly what all of you at home are hoping for. It is going to cool us way down. And you'll notice that even by this evening and into the overnight. So once that front comes through, we're talking big changes. So that would also constitute a first warn for those big changes, big swings between 15 to 20 degrees from today into tomorrow. So just wanted to remind, severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. This is east-southeast of Kansas City. But really, I think our best shot for those stronger storms in our viewing area is going to be over the next few hours. We'll show you that here on the forecast track by 7, 8 o'clock. A lot of this is gone. Again, skies are going to clear overnight, and then expecting a nice, cool, crisp start to our day tomorrow. Hey, take a look at this. We're expecting lower 60s early morning tomorrow. A little bit of a breeze out of the northwest, about 15 to 25. So definitely cool and crisp and beautiful. So excited about this one. Wednesday afternoon, near 80 in the metro, even 70s farther to the north of I-70, lower 80s farther to the south. And this is going to stick around for quite some time. We are expecting pleasant temperatures at or even below that average even through this upcoming weekend. And I do want to show you our new 7-day. So we've actually changed. If you watched our earlier shows, some of you even gave us some comments. We're going to change now to a 7-day forecast. So and a good example on here is on Monday. We have a first warn in place. Again, the level 1 of the 2 warning categories that we have, this new initiative. And a first warn is just going to be there because it could have some nuisance showers that might impact part of your day, part of your morning, or drive home. We're going to still iron that out. So there's a chance that we could take that off as we get closer. But for now, that is an elevated, hey, could have a couple little hiccups there on Monday with some shower activity. If we were talking thunderstorms or maybe a severe outbreak, we would elevate that to a first warn weather day. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense here for the most part. Just want to hop on and give you guys a little bit of a update, a reminder after our evening shows. You probably saw some big changes today. This is something we've been working on for a long time.
Yep.
So I think Alena and I and the rest of our team are all thrilled that we are going to get past and start this new initiative, and now you all can know about it as well. So thanks for hopping on. Do you have anything else you'd like to?
No, I think we
add?
kind of covered it all for the most part. I mean, we've already seen a couple people on Facebook kind of chiming in, and thanks to Jacob, who says he loves the rebrand and
Hey,
keep
Jacob.
up the great work. Do you know him or something?
Maybe.
Okay.
I might know.
Okay. Well, either way, family, friends joining us on Facebook Live this evening, thank you so much, guys, and hopefully you guys can stick with us as we continue to make this change and continue to carry out the First Warn 5 weather update, the initiative. This plan is to hopefully be better to help you prepare and plan ahead, and of course, those added alerts that we add to our 7-day. They are nothing different than a weather alert, but now we're calling them first warn, so don't be confused when you see that. That's just you letting us know, or letting you know, that there is some changing happening in our weather, which again, it's Kansas City, it's the Midwest. You are absolutely going to expect those big changes from time to time. So
yeah, we love being upfront, and any questions that you have moving forward on this, I know, again, it's a little bit of a big change, but we're happy to help, and thank you all for tuning in and trusting us with your forecast. So have a great rest of your evening, and those thunderstorms, again, a couple more hours, they'll be moving out. Enjoy the cooler weather. I'm sure everyone at home is thanking us, except for Alena,
Except me.
which are, anyways, it's a little odd, but that's fine. All right, everyone, have a good night.
See ya.